Hi everyone. In today's video, we're gonna look at this model. It's the German 105mm light howitzer in 1/35 scale from AFV Club. We're gonna see what's inside and what does the kit offer. This is the box. They have a very nice artwork. The illustration on the one of the side shows the howitzer connected to a house track, which is not included, but it just shows you some of the possibilities that you could use in making the gun and combining with other types of models. This shows the field gun, but a 3-color camouflage. So the kit has kind of like a booklet type of instruction sheet. What's interesting is the painting guidelines is with Mr. Color, Humbrol, Revell, and Life Color. For Mr. Color, they have like the spray cans. Hobby Color is the acrylic, and Mr. Color is the lacquer base. Then how many sprues do we have? We have 3 and then another 2 over here. So we have five sprues altogether. So let's go over them one by one. This is part of the wheels. So this is basically the wheels, and you can see that. So this is one whole piece. And then but the rubber is separate into 2. This is probably the base of the carriage, and it comes in 2 pieces. Right, so there must be some seam lines that you need to work on. Here is the rubber padding. You can see there's a little bit of excess plastic. It's not much, but it could be easily treated that using a sandpaper. This piece relates to decal and some of the optics. There's more shovel and some Pioneer tools like the one before, but these one they don't have any brackets. So it could be interesting if you could use this for a diorama. One other thing I notice is I see some very faint seam lines on all of them. It should be easy to clean. Very nice metal barrel. One thing I like about metal barrels is that there's no seams and you don't need to sand it anymore. Then the other piece seems to be something like a coil, and it's made of rubber. Then you have a small piece of decal. These small items get easily lost so quickly. This contains the shield. I think you could see the bolts. The surface detail is quite good. And for these latches, I mean, if you have the time, I would definitely change this into copper wire. And then another Pioneer tool. The sprue gates are not that thick. For this one, I would recommend cutting this, separating this with a saw. Don't use a side cutter. This is this part of the spade. Probably a little bit too thick in scale, I think. You can trim it down if you want, but I wouldn't bother. A PE replacement would be interesting, actually. Here are some of the handles. I think you can get away with it, but if you have the time again, I would change it into copper wire. This is probably the trails. So what do we have here with the instruction sheet? So there's a little bit of history in English, Japanese, and Chinese. The first page of the instruction talks about the main gun armament. Based on my experience, it's better if you also support this with actual reference from a photo, a museum, just to make sure that you have the right color. Second page is still with the main gun, but more complex. There's a lot of smaller pieces involved. And this one in the shield is done separately. So basically, if you have an option for either it's towed by a tractor or by a horse cart, and then it gets more detailed of keeping or deleting parts of the build. This one, number 8, shows either you can have it in a transporting position or in a firing position, and they give you the options to do that. Definitely all of this can be done as a sub-assembly, but you really need to know beforehand how do you want to present this, as a transported gun or in a firing position. So you need to think about that. Also here on number 11, it's also the way you store the spade. So you can't have both ways, basically, like that. You have to choose from either one of them. There's very little information about painting German gray or dark yellow. You could look at the box art to reference, but you know, for the more serious modelers, definitely have to Google it. So what do I think about this? For those who like, you know, field artillery, field guns, this is definitely one of the kits that you want to have. I would say the best environment for this is to have it into a diorama or a small vignette with a base. You can combine it with a Russian piece, German, or you know, the US Western Allies. This is something that I would like to build as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.